Hi, I'm Vadd, and here I'm reading internet headlines so you don't have to. And frankly, I think I'm officially too old for this, but here we are. This is Dexterdo, self-proclaimed leading source for influencers, streamers, gaming, and viral content. Perfect. A Pokemon card giveaway in South Korea was canceled after around 40,000 people attended the event. The Korean exclusive Mega Card promo, the city government requested suspension due to safety concerns. Man, good thing this wasn't like a more popular card. It kind of feels like even after all these years, 40,000 people showed up for a card currently valued at $200. Really kind of highlights just how much Pokemon has the world in a chokehold. XQC. It's just letters? Maybe it's a typo or it stands for something. It could be an acronym. XQC claims the Overwatch League was view-botted to hide its real viewership and partly contributed to him quitting pro play. Quote, "When I heard that, I'm already starting to organize my exit. How am I going to market myself?" End quote. You think this is an XQC? Who knows? It's got to stand for something, right? It's got to be an acronym. Although with the middle's capitalized, it feels like more than a typo. It's lowercase x, uppercase q, lowercase c, no spaces. It's kind of a weird thing to say, right? Hey, this league is view botting. I don't think anyone cares. Colossal Biosciences says it wants to bring the blue buck antelope back from extinction. This is the company known for their project recreating the dire wolves. Cool. Why not? Go for it. Doom is now entirely playable within ChatGPT. Engineer Chris made it possible to play the game without leaving the browser. Well, tell me something we don't know. I mean, can't you just play Doom in whatever? Like, couldn't you just play this in your browser tab that you opened your ChatGPT in? I don't know what it is. It's something about like software engineers. They're like, they see an interface. They're like, you know what? There's only real one question about this new little window. Can it run Doom? If it has a window, they will Doom it. Disguised Toast. Okay. Disguised Toast says he thought everyone knew that. Oh, goodness. Who's allowed to name themselves this? SYKK-UNO. Sick Uno. Psych Uno. Psych Kuno. Huh. Disguised Toast says he thought everyone knew Sykkuno's. Oh my goodness. UWU. Is this an acronym? I just Googled what is UWU and it says it's a emoticon that represents a happy, cute, affectionate face. It signifies extreme cuteness, satisfaction, or a blushing face. Reddit. Uwu means I crave death. We do it to signal to others our desire to be released from this cruel world. What? Okay, so they're happy. Disguised Toast says he thought everyone knew Sykkuno's UWU shy boy persona was an act. Quote, "He's a 30-year-old man. I lost count of how many times I've been yelled at by his fans for treating him like an adult." Toast, presumably disguised Toast, frequently streamed with Sykkuno during the 2020 6 years ago and is now addressing the scandal. Look, if you have a friend from 6 years ago that 6 years later does something weird or whatever, or people, what is this? Okay. Person A says he thought that Person A says he thought everyone knew Person B was acting. I guess it depends on how parasocial the audience are for these folks, right? As I think sometimes people want to believe what they want to believe what they see, so they look for things to further justify that. I'm not exactly sure why, assuming this means happy, the UWU, why the happy shy boy persona being an act is a problem. I thought that was part of the social contract that public-facing media personalities might not be the same when the camera's turned off. I've seen a few Superman movies, but I've never expected the actor to then start flying around outside the movie screen. A Barack Obama-inspired Pokemon may be coming to Wind and Waves based on a real-life sea slug. Fans noticed that Pokopia teased the new yellow form of Shellos. I did not know that President, is it former president or president? He was a president. You're always a president, right? President Barack Obama, not current, I guess, a former, whatever. I don't know that he had any connection to Pokemon. I mean, does he know? He inspired. What's the connection here? This feels like clickbait. We're getting clickbaited. The Core Boys YouTube channel has been terminated after reaching 100,000 subscribers in 7 hours. Is this a gay thing? What is this? Core Boys. What does that mean? Banks speaks out after former FaZe members form Core. Okay. What bank? Who writes these headlines? Battlefield 6 has added an option to pre-order next season's Battle Pass in-game. Oh my goodness. This is kind of shameless. You can pre-purchase the Season 3 Battle Pass to instantly unlock the L110 weapon package. This will also allow you to immediately unlock Tier 2 skips. You only need to get Battlefield coins. What? This feels like the final boss of microtransactions. What do you mean you're gonna pre-order a battle pass? I have two strong opinions here. On one hand, if this is the one game you buy a year and play and like you know you're gonna buy it, I get it. But if that's not you, if you're not wearing New Balance sneakers with some grass stains right now and you just load in and play this one game, then I think pre-ordering an in-game additional paywall transaction, like the game has not even come out and you can already buy things inside of it. Something about that is deeply wrong and I don't like it. It feels like the type of thing that like someone in a meeting was like, hey, we need next quarter's numbers to look good. Can we sell something that doesn't exist yet? Like, what can we monetize that we haven't already? Hey, let's sell access to a thing that isn't even there yet. Oh, new One Piece collab is turning the devil fruits into, oh boy, this is a tough one. Nirikiri, a Japanese confectionery, like a sweet treat. The full set cost like 5,000. Is it yen in Japan? Is that their currency? Yen, I think. $31. It's got the Luffy gum fruit, Chopper's human fruit, Robin's flower fruit, Trafalgar's law OP fruit, Sabo flame fruit. At a glance, this looks like maybe it's a really good idea if these are actually like specialty treats. Like I could see you having a really fun like themed party or just like a date for two. Like if you and your significant other were like the biggest One Piece fans, this could be so much fun. Just like a one-off experience to just like, and again, like it doesn't look like it's like priced absurdly. It says 31, I assume US dollars, 4,980 yen. Like it seems like something that most people could justify like a one-off purchase to have the experience. I don't know. It doesn't seem very predatory. It just seems like it's fun, right? If you're a big fan of this, I kind of like this. And I'm not even like the biggest One Piece fan. Like I'm just not, but this looks cool. Why not? Candy? Sure. Microsoft CEO admits they have to work to, quote, win back, end quote, fans of Xbox and Windows. You know, I'm always concerned when a CEO says we need to win something back because something that's not being said is we made a mistake. And I'm not sure you do need to win people back. Let's see what it says. Satya Nadella added, quote, we are focused on fundamentals, prioritizing quality and serving our core users better. Last week's Game Pass changes are one example, end quote. This comment came during the Microsoft financial year 26 Q3 earnings call where he spoke more about the future of Xbox and Windows. If you've been paying attention to those earning calls, I think it was right around the This Is an Xbox campaign. So it's maybe been 2 straight years of every single quarter the Xbox branch has had losses. Like they're not growing, they're shrinking it in a meaningful, statistically significant way. I think this quarter was 33%, or maybe that's just console sales. I kind of keep track, but I'm not like studying it, right? Bottom line, if the CEO of the parent company, right, Microsoft, is all of a sudden getting in big discussions about quote, here, fans of Xbox, like something here is like deeply problematic. This should be just like a little bit below his, talking points, especially since they just hired a new person to kind of lead up Xbox, right? I don't think that this sentiment is wrong. We are focused on prioritizing quality and serving our core users better. Okay, like you and everyone else. Assumedly, you've been doing that this whole time, so nothing's changed, or you weren't doing that before and now you are. It's kind of weird. And then last week, Game Pass lowered their price by a percentage or so, and it got a lot of goodwill when the price of Game Pass went down. I think it was a little foolish and short-sighted. You don't make that change the Game Pass because you're prioritizing quality and serving core users better. You make that change the Game Pass because your metrics went down. Like if I sell, 10 units of a thing for $10, right? I make 100. And then if I raise my price to 20 and I still sell my 10, I make 200. But I raise my price to 50 and I sell one, I only make 50. Like I made even less than when my price was 10, right? I priced out my market or whatever. Bottom line, Game Pass went down not because they thought this would be better for users. This is better for their profit margins. And if you think differently, leave a comment. Tell me why you think they're really caring about you, this multi-billion, if not trillion-dollar company. I would contend that they have a responsibility to their shareholders as a publicly traded company to make decisions that make the number go up in a meaningful way. And for 2 years, they've been going down. So it is time for a change. And maybe lowering prices solves some of your problems. A Chinese monk says that playing Counter-Strike makes him a better Buddhist. He even has a Gamma Doppler Emerald Karambit that is worth around 9,000. But how do you get the money out? Like you have this weird esoteric digital item that's valued at a certain amount. I'm not sure I'm up to date on Buddhist philosophy, but are they allowed to have worldly possessions? Why do I kind of feel like I read or heard somewhere that they're not about that. This feels like kind of like a fancy luxury item, right? A $9,000 digital knife. I feel like a lot of good could be done with $9,000. Man, these names are killing me. Emiru, Emaru. Let's assume it's like an Emily thing, right? Like Emily, Emaru. Emaru shocked Maya after buying her painting for $30,000 to help raise money for Alvia Sanctuary. The painting featured their newest resident, Cossie the Serval. Let's assume this is the painting. Does it come with the goblin? This is a goblin, right? Green, pointy ears, shorter than a mantle. I don't know. It's a goblin, right? Does the goblin deliver it? This could have actually been a great deal. Like, when's the last time you got access to a goblin? YouTuber Lego My Frogo has turned a Game Boy Color into a watch. It can run games, but has a short battery life. I've never heard of them before. They have 18 videos, which is cool. And it says, welcome to my channel. I love everything Game Boy and Game Boy modding. And here it is. I turned my Game Boy into a watch, and could be kind of a fun thing to watch. It's 24 minutes long. And why not? iShow Speed was gifted a hand-drawn fan art by a student in Barbados. That's really nice. I mean, that's nice. I don't think I could do that. I don't think I'd handle it very well. I'd be like, thanks. And I don't think that's the right reaction. He looks happy. They look happy. I mean, that's fun. iShow Speed says he wants to stream in space after he's visited every country. Quote, there's like 200 countries in the world and I'm at 96. After that, I'm going to space, bro. Yeah, do it. Why not? Assume this is Speed, and let's assume this is representing space. Underwater, though. You ever met someone who took a job or a summer internship or something because it would look good on their resume, but not because it was like their dream? This kind of feels like that. Not that that's a bad thing, but there's got to be some serious logistical problems to try and stream in space. And he's also talked about going underwater, right? Underwater. Be cool to do, to be the first one to do it. I think after you do it once, you're like, that was a pain in the butt to do. We're never doing that again. But I guess it'd be cool to do once. If you're the first one to do it, everyone else is second, and that's immediately less cool. So he should probably do it before he gets to all 200 countries. I don't know how long that's going to take. Seems like the type of thing you want to be the first one to do. Like, you don't want to be second. Marvel Rivals is celebrating the Avengers 2012 with its Past the Doomsday update. Nobody cares. Hasbro is releasing a life-size Grogu animatronic for $600. It can react to touch, movement, and sound through built-in sensors. The collectible weighs nearly 9 pounds and stands at 14.6 inches tall. Can it dance? I've seen those dancing Santas at like the store for like 20 bucks. Like, what kind of moves does it do? Does it just reach its hands up, or does it actually have like some real moves? For 600 bucks, this could be yours. I hear it moves. Can it even hold a lightsaber? Like, what are we doing here? This giant plushie of Marin from My Dress Up Darling is the size of a toddler, standing 3 feet tall and 17 pounds, costing $420. I wonder if the cost, the weight, and the height is some kind of like inside joke. You know, does it actually, like, is that actually like a fair market price? $420, and why 17.6 pounds? It just feels oddly specific for, you know, a 3 foot tall doll. Where would you even put this? Like, this just fills a space, I guess. Someone's empty heart. I don't know. I have no idea who this character is, but maybe they're popular. This super jumbo plushie really does live up to its name. A super jumbo plushie. There's a marketing term I've ever heard. What are you selling? We sell super jumbo plushies. Okay, guy. A man was caught hiding inside a Best Buy overnight to be first in line for a Pokemon card release. Man, I don't think I've seen a Best Buy in 15 years. I forgot they existed. Oh my goodness. Come on, guys. Don't do that. Barcelona will wear Olivia Rodrigo's logo on their shirt in the El Clasico against Real Madrid. I don't know who this is, Olivia Rodrigo, but it's kind of cool to get your logo on a professional sports team. Olivia Rodrigo is a singer-songwriter. Okay. So it looks like she had albums in 2019, 2020, 2021, 2023 related to High School Musical. And then looks like she keeps making more music. Maybe there's a big overlap between her audience and Real Madrid fans, or she's been a super fan or something. I don't know. Is this going to be a new thing that we're going to start seeing more sports teams treat their jersey more like NASCAR? Everybody's logo and everything. I don't know if I love that, but for a one-off thing, maybe it's kind of fun. German YouTuber Marvin faces a $26,000 fine for dressing up as a mascot and sneaking on the pitch at a Euro 2024 match. His court date is set for May 13th. Don't do this. Don't be dumb. This is what happens when you don't have like 3 good friends around you to call you out on being dumb. This is what happens when you don't have just 2 good friends to be like, hey, like, you're being dumb. Don't do this. Like, you need those people in your life sometimes. Even if they're wrong and like you're not being dumb, sometimes you are being dumb. Next thing you know, you have this $26,000 fine and a court date multiple years later. Don't do this. Don't go sneak on someplace you're not supposed to be. There's a reason you're not supposed to be there. You're not making anyone else's experience better. If you're smart, you contact the stadium in advance, you get it all approved, and you still go make your video, your stream, and say how I snuck in. It's okay to be entertaining. It's not okay to be disruptive. Pokemon Goldfish crackers are set to return with Pikachu, Charmander, Squirtle, and Bulbasaur getting their own styles. Toddlers everywhere are going to be screaming for Gen 1 starters for the first time since what? 1996? I mean, how many years has it been? 30? Has it been 3 decades? Toyota has turned the front seat of one of its luxury cars into a fully functional office chair. It has electrical reclining and a seat heater and cost $3,000. I've sat in some uncomfortable chairs. I've sat in some comfortable chairs, as have you. And if this is a comfortable chair, I get it. If it's an uncomfortable chair, I don't get it. What? Fireball is releasing a flask disguised as an apple for Teacher Appreciation Week. On one hand, this is kind of fun, right? You know, like the teachers and apples, classic. On the other hand, if anyone's ever had a teacher that was perpetually there not sober or just hungover, this is the last thing they need. I just don't know if we should be encouraging teachers to drink. Or at least maybe we should be not encouraging people that are responsible for young people to be drinking, right? Maybe that's not a thing we should do. You know, it's probably a non-issue. It's kind of a fun thing, but at the same time, like, if you take care of children and minors, maybe you shouldn't be having a hidden refillable flask themed in marketed to you. I don't know. XCOM is getting a new tabletop game with miniatures based on XCOM Enemy Unknown. It comes as Studio Firaxis celebrates their 30th year anniversary. Hey, that's fun. I've spent some time in XCOM. I've always thought about making a series, but I've never committed to it as it's kind of a big commitment and I'm not sure it would do very well. But bottom line, this is cool. If you like tabletop games or XCOM, I mean, easy sell, right? And, hopefully it's a good game. You know, hopefully it's a lot of fun for a lot of people. I'm looking forward to like 12 months from now, just looking up a tabletop review channel. I'm sure there's got to be some good ones out there that are going to check this out. Injustice 3 is in development at NetherRealm Studio after employee revealed on the resume they're working on the game. Ooh, yikes. Warner Brothers, though, I don't know, guys. I'm sure they've had a good track record in the recent past. Some former FaZe Clan members have started a new creator group called Core, including Adapt, Lacey, Marlin. They've got a fish, always exciting. Silky, Jason the Ween. What? Is a ween like a schween? Like what is a ween exactly? Stable Ronaldo. Okay. They showed off their new $20 million content house. I hope they're happy and having fun. I mean, they're all here with their teeth out, so I guess so. Oh, wait a second. These guys just got their thing deleted, didn't they? Found it. The Core Boys. Okay, these are the Core Boys. The YouTube channel has been terminated after reaching 100,000 subscribers in just 7 hours. Oh, man. Well, I hope they figure it out. That kind of sucks, right? That's not fun. A man's life was saved after having a seizure from laughing so hard at an NFL kicker's botched kick. He was rushed to the hospital where doctors found a tennis ball-sized tumor on his brain following a CT scan. Kickers saved my life because it could have happened any other time, the man said. I get it. Like, how scary would that have been if this event happened, you were, I don't know, driving to work, you know, like no one's there, just you driving. Like, that's kind of scary, right? Like, how fortunate was this? And, you know, it is kind of funny when you see a kicker miss. It's their one job, and you're like, come on, do it, and they miss. You know the kicker is feeling the pain, right? It is my one job, and I missed. Like, you know they're beating themselves up more than any words anyone else could say, you know? Oh, man. A Chick-fil-A employee was arrested for allegedly stealing $80,000 via a mac and cheese refund scheme. Oh, my goodness. That is so much mac and cheese. $80,000 of mac and cheese? What if you didn't? I feel like if you go to jail because you were stealing mac and cheese, it's not cool. Like, there's certain things that, like, what did you go to jail for? I stole the Mona Lisa. Okay, that was kind of cool. Famous painting, famous museum, big heist. Like, there'd be a movie about it. If you're stealing mac and cheese from the local, you know, fast food establishment, you don't get the movie. You get no cool points. Actually, the opposite. You get negative points. You're uncool. This is crazy. Don't do this. Adamfall is getting a TV adaptation shortly after winning the Best British Game at the BAFTAs. This game is set in an alternative 1960s Britain where the government has been experimenting with nuclear energy. I heard good things about this. It's kind of on my list of things to spend a little bit of time in. But you know what? I think winning this award was maybe a signal, right, to a production company like, hey, this could be a cool IP to get involved with. Which means you might not think award shows are super important or valuable. I do. I think it's nice for people to get recognized in their industry. But ignoring all of that, it also gets these headlines written about you all of a sudden, right? Someone wants to make a TV adaptation. Maybe there's something really fun that comes from this. I'm looking forward to this. You know, I'm pretty optimistic that there's no reason this isn't super cool. A Chinese live streamer has been banned after she forced streamers into a crocodile tank as punishment. Night Paris has reportedly been live streaming since the age of 13 using her grandmother's ID card. What is going on in China? This seems like a good idea. Right? Let's get our friends together. Let's have some challenges. We'll make a punishment. It doesn't seem like a bad idea until I say we're going to put them in a tank with a live crocodile. Oh, hey, what if you didn't do that? No, we're doing that. Okay, well, I don't know about that. Gotta wonder how old these kids are. Like, it said that she's been streaming using her grandmother's ID card. Like, why the deception? Like, if you have to do something in an underhanded way, like if you're worried about getting caught, don't do it. This feels like someone who's worried about getting caught, so you pretend to be your grandmother. Don't do that. Stop it. Adidas is releasing, they need to work on this. They keep using R when they should do is. Adidas is releasing a pet collection of their national team jerseys ahead of the FIFA World Cup. Makes a lot of sense, right? You've got your jersey, you've got your pet, they need a jersey too. Why not? That's fun. Hurts nobody, go for it. Why not? Pokemon Stadium 1999, released on this day 27 years ago in Japan. This is a headline from April 30th, so a little ways back now. This was such a cool game. And part of why it was so cool is you could link your Game Boy. You had all your little Pokemons in your Game Boy to your Nintendo 64, and then your team would actually like fight on the big screen in 3D and all the animations. There was nothing cooler than that. It was such a brilliant thing to do to connect the two different consoles, right? The Nintendo 64 console and the handheld, Game Boy. I mean, it's just genius. It was so cool. If nothing else, I think Pokemon Stadium was just ahead of your time. Just seeing your teams fight in 3D from the 2D, it was just an unforgettable moment. And to be clear here, I did not have one of these. We were broke, like we had no money. You had to be pretty rich to get one of these, and it was cool. It was so cool to see just the 2D Pokemons that you had go into 3D land with their animations and all their attacks. I mean, it was really cool. Two men have driven 14,000 miles from London to Cape Town in a 3-wheel vehicle. The vehicle frequently broke down. What a bummer. Why did it break down? What a journey. Now, quick question here. Aren't there some like oceans and rivers in their way that you couldn't just bridge your way across? Like, looks like their names might be Oliver and Seth. Just the two best friends, hanging out, driving around, doing a thing. That's cool. I don't think I'm brave enough to do this. I think this kind of takes a lot of courage to drive one car that far and like have the skills and confidence to fix it if it breaks, or to, make sure like you've got passports and food and language barriers and stuff. Like, obviously with the internet, a lot of this gets more manageable, but there's still a level of courage. I feel like humankind across the board, we've always kind of been explorers. There's still people born with that like need to explore. And once we open up space, like they're going to get out there. These two dudes have that let's get after it. Like, let's go explore. Let's go on an adventure. And since a lot of Earth has been mapped, they just went somewhere they haven't been. I think it'll be fun to see like the explorers in our lifetime explore off planet. Crimson Desert creators Pearl Abyss have given each employee a couple $1,000s to celebrate the game selling 5 million copies. Hey, that's nice. Jurassic Park star Sam Neill has announced he is cancer-free after 5 years of battling blood cancer. Hey, that's really great. I mean, that's really great. You'd love to hear it. McDonald's unveils new Grimace menu featuring a purple barbecue burger with purple cheese in Germany. It contains a Grimace shake with purple cream cheese pie. I thought the Grimace shake, it was established that you drank this and like died. I thought the rumor going around was that this thing was like taking souls. Like, you were in mortal danger if you consumed this. All right. Does Germany love Grimace? Is that what this is? Is he big popular in Germany? Take-Two CEO Strauss Zelnick. What a name. 3 consonants, STR, 2 vowels right in the middle, AU, and then double S's, like 2 consonants back to back. It's got to be a family name, right? Strauss? Who gets named Strauss? Is this a common name somewhere? Leave me a comment. Is this a common name where you grew up, a bunch of Strausses hanging out? Take-Two CEO Strauss Zelnick says he is terrified about GTA 6's release, but excited to get it into the gamers' hands. Quote, "What we are thinking about is making the most spectacular piece of entertainment on Earth in history, and it's a pretty daunting challenge," end quote. Yeah, that makes sense. I could see why it'd be a little scary. You've got a working system, a functioning company, a business that profits, and you're about to rock the boat in an uncertain market. Makes sense. I'll tell you what, there's a reason console prices have gone up the last kind of 12 months leading up to this, last 12, 18 months leading up to the release of GTA 6. All these console dudes, the real reason they're not saying is they're expecting GTA 6 to move consoles. And I think once this comes out, give it a few months and console prices will go down. Take-Two CEO Strauss Zelnick has addressed rumors about GTA 6's price point. Quote, consumers need to feel like the thing itself is amazing and the price they were charged for is fair for what they got, end quote. There's no good reason to set this price point above $50, $40, $30. Make it dirt cheap. 10, 15, 5, 15, 20. It's not a reflection of the quality of the game. It's about getting the game to as many hands as possible. I don't think that's what's going to happen. They're going to be successful even if they gave this game away for free, as their business model isn't about how much money they make from these upfront sales. It's about that long tail after. Wow, really dominating the headlines. Take-Two CEOs Strauss Zelnick has doubled down on GTA 6's release date. Quote, a lot of people will be calling in 6 on November 19th, end quote. A woman brought back her dead husband as a hologram to speak at his own funeral. The hologram was answering questions in a scripted Q&A. It was recreated using pre-recorded footage. Many of the guests at the service was unaware there would be a hologram of the deceased man. Wow, I'm super conflicted here. I think it would really depend on my relationship with the deceased. But if I showed up to a funeral and there was a hologram, I'd either be very upset or very excited. Because on one hand, how cool is this? You could do this. You could plan this out, right? You could be like, hey, hologram me, right? Scan me in, zoom me up, whatever. Here's some questions, some things I want to say, get off my chest. Like, why is anyone reading their will anymore if we can get a hologram of ourselves out there shouting people down or sending our love or whatever? I don't know. This could be super cool. But also, this isn't something you should surprise people with. Man, Arc Raiders is getting desperate. New Arc Raider map has a slide. Wow, guys, they've really listened to player feedback. All right, we'll play the clip. It says it's from user Hellfire _ HELFIRE _ Here they are on the slide. Incredible. Wow, they've done it. Yeah, it's cool, but it wasn't what the game was missing. Arky and UG2X are attempting a nonstop Everest base camp marathon stream. The pair plan to broadcast their 7 or 8 day trek from Lukla to base camp in Nepal. Good luck. Man, that sounds like a really tough thing to do. I kind of want to do it once, not streaming it, just to see if I could do it. But I don't know, this would not be my thing, but if it goes good for them, like, that's awesome. And even if they don't make it, I bet there's still like an experience and a journey to just try and get to, the big mountain and climb it. Even if they don't get to the top, there's probably a cool story there, a cool adventure. I just hope they have a lot of fun. A new study suggests playing League of Legends may improve specific cognitive skills. The results showed that participants had improved attention, working memory, and executive function. The study involved young, healthy college students and did not fully account for external factors. There's a growing body of evidence that in moderation, there's some strong positives to being involved with video games. Search for missing woman in Mexico was hampered after police used heavily filtered photos on poster. People said the photos on the poster looked nothing like her in real life. Man, how mad would you be if your loved one was missing? People are looking for her. Here on screen is the photo apparently on the poster, and here on the screen is the person. Again, how mad would you be if you got it this wrong? Thankfully, she was found alive several days later. Ben Starr says that video games don't need live action adaptations. That is correct. They do not need them. I think it's a reflection of the movie and TV industry desperate for some new IP or a new fandom to tap into more than anything else. A Brazilian funeral company is now selling Mario-themed coffins. You can choose from Mario, Luigi, Toad, Princess Peach, or even Yoshi. What if you didn't do this? I can't imagine this is Nintendo approved, because it doesn't say Nintendo is selling. It says a Brazilian funeral company. This does not end well. Florida Roman accidentally ran over a $250,000 Lamborghini Huracan because she couldn't see over her lifted truck's hood. A lot of states in the US actually have laws about how high you can lift your trucks for this exact reason, because a lot of the safety features in cars are designed around bumpers hitting bumpers and not bumpers hitting windshields. And it's accidents like this that absolutely lead to laws getting changed. You know, I'm sure there's some knuckle draggers in the comment going, that truck is too big for her, she shouldn't have been driving it. Don't care about any of that. What I care about is this against Florida law? I don't know. But if your truck is lifted too high, there's a very real danger here that your bumper is at someone else's windshield. And that's not how things should be. That's just too dangerous. As much as I like a good lifted truck with a you know, a big old bumper on it, I sure don't want to like accidentally run over a Lamborghini. That sounds like the opposite of a good time. It sounds like a really bad day. Fairly Odd Parents creator Butch Hartman has revealed that Timmy Turner marries Tootie. Oh, okay. Now we know. They did the thing. A talking plushie of the Pokemon Ditto is launching in Japan. With 13 voice patterns and special dialogue, unlockable by interacting with the toy, the bouncy Ditto will retail at $30. Huh. I wonder if this Ditto is kind of the lamest thing to make up. Like, the other Pokemon are distinctive. Ditto's like purple blob because, you know, it like morphs into things, you know? It is kind of an interesting idea to have unlockable dialogue with the toy you bought, right? I wonder how this sells or how it ages. This feels like the type of toy that like you buy two and keep one in a box for later. And by later, I mean like 20 years when it's like a super duper collector item. The talking Ditto with unlockable voice lines. It just seems like the type of thing that like makes its way into a museum one day. Pokimane and Lily Pichu have officially ended their Sweet and Sour podcast after 2 years. The show ran for 69 episodes and generated 57 million views. The pair said the decision was mutual, with both unable to give the podcast their full effort while focusing on new projects. They confirmed their friendship remained intact. That's a nice headline. I feel like 69 episodes is a great number. That's nice. You didn't like give up after 5 or whatever. And 57 million views, like people were enjoying watching it. There's probably some people that are sad, but they're still friends and they've got other projects. Like, I think things should have a start date and an end date. I don't know these people or what they do other than they used to podcast, but it seems like it was kind of a fun thing. So I hope they had a good time, and if they're still friends and have new projects, maybe they'll make something else cool later on, I guess. I don't know. Retired Counter-Strike pro Pasha Biceps sold one of the game's most iconic knife skins for $21,000. He donated all the money to Latwo Gang's charity stream for cancer fighters. See, like, that's cool. You have this expensive digital object that you turned into fiat currency and put into a charity for cancer. I like this story. This is a great one. A Japanese real estate company released an artificial intelligence shark movie to explain the country's housing crisis with 9 million vacant homes. It's titled AI Shark Movie. The most ferocious shark appears in an empty house versus a legendary kung fu master empty house shark. Apparently it's a 20-minute video. This was not like, I thought it was like a teaser, like a 30-second ad. It is a 20-minute video. I don't really understand the issue with the housing crisis in Japan. Someone needs to do a little more research on this, but I recently heard that a lot of the good jobs are in very limited locations. And because the companies aren't spread out across the country of Japan in a meaningful way, everyone just kind of goes to where the jobs are. And so a lot of these empty houses are in nice places that don't have good jobs. That's what I heard, but I don't know if that's true. Florida man wrote a book about loving his wife has been arrested after allegedly having multiple lives. Leslie Williams was arrested and charged with bigamy. Oh no. I mean, the things that are done for love. That's tough. What if he was just researching for his book, right? Like, maybe it's not a big deal. Pokemon are releasing a Quagsire table in Japan. It's approximately about 4 feet tall, so 48 inches. It's kind of big, actually. Huh. I could see someone having like a weird spot for a little fun little table. Why not? I wonder how they picked Quagsire. Like, what was the runner-up for the table options, right? Other than this guy? A 60-ton animatronic dinosaur was engulfed in flames after being struck by lightning. Oh, no. I assume this is a before picture. Kind of an after picture. Yikes. Multiple Scientology buildings in Los Angeles have reportedly removed their door handles to stop people speedrunning them. Why would you do this? Just leave them alone. Is there some kind of weird thing going on with speedrunning a building? Look at this. Some speedrunners have been detained by police? What are we even doing here? If you have enough free time that you show up at a place of business or worship, whatever you might be, and you're in there just like a wild person speed running the building, I don't even know what that means. You just run in and out. You need a job. You need a purpose. Like, can we get them something productive to do? Like, this is like a weird thing to do. And I kind of love the approach of like, I'll just take the door handles off, idiots. Like, we could like lock the door. I don't know, but I'll just take off the handles, rip. Like, get wrecked, like speed run this. I don't know. But it seems like the type of thing that if you are engaging with, that you don't need to be detained by the police. You need to be busy. Like, you need something to do. And if you don't have something to do, let's provide something for you to do. Like, can we get something on your calendar, please? Xbox's new leadership say they're going to evaluate gaming exclusivity and AI. Well, yeah, they have to. They don't have a choice. This is like saying, like, starving man in desert considers drinking more water in moment of need. Yeah, like, you have to rethink it. You don't have another choice. A 14-year-old girl fired an off-duty police captain's gun after finding it on the floor at Level 99 Gaming Center. She reportedly thought it was a prop and shot it at the wall with no one injured. The officer accidentally dropped their personal firearm during a challenge. No charges have been fired. Yeah, this makes sense. You're at like a big gaming center, playhouse, kind of an arcade place. You find something and you interact with it. Like, that's not weird. What's weird is that dude lost his gun and didn't notice, which we don't know. We're making an assumption there, but like, gun was missing and like, we didn't turn all the lights down and stop all the action. And what's also weird is you have a 14-year-old girl who's never had any gun safety discussion, right? Like, you don't point guns at things you don't want dead. I don't know what you had against the wall. I don't care if you thought it was a prop. You just don't pick up guns and shoot them. Like, you don't do that. And everyone I know that grew up around guns would not have done this. And if you ever have held a gun, there's a weight to it that does not feel like a prop. That you would have very quickly have gone, oh, it's not foam with an orange Nerf tip or blacked out plastic. There's some weight here. This is weird. Probably scared that little girl when she shot it. I'd be mad. I'd be mad at everyone if this was me. I'd be mad if it was my daughter for picking up a gun and shooting it irresponsibly. I'd be mad at someone for leaving their gun lying around. I'd be mad at the gaming center for not stopping everything to like look for this thing. I'd be mad at everyone. Sephiroth from Final Fantasy is in a new commercial for beer drinking Future Lemon Sour. This collab also includes a limited time pop-up bar. I've never been particularly moved by celebrity endorsements, but I mean, if this is your celebrity and this is your beer, or you're easily influenced, I mean, they've got you. A One Piece pirate show starring Monkey D. Luffy and the Straw Hat Crew is taking over Waterworld at Universal Studios Hollywood. I've seen the Waterworld show at Universal Studios Hollywood, I think Florida, many years ago. And it was cool just to have a big show, a big set that's on the water with boats and stuff. I bet this is actually really cool. Velma from Scooby-Doo, her voice actor, Mindy, says she's beating cancer for a second time. Oh man, Mindy's a fighter. Great job, Mindy. Hopefully cancer stays away from Mindy. I mean, twice seems like enough. Like, stop it. Good job, Mindy. Tinder, it should be is, they keep saying are, Tinder is introducing proof of humanity verification badges for users who can scan their eyes to help combat AI-generated profiles. Weird. I don't think this is going to go very well. It just means the AI profiles are going to get better. Nintendo are taking down the Poking National Geographic YouTube channel after filing multiple copyright strikes against it. The series showcased different Pokemon in their natural habitats in a National Geographic style edit. I watched some of the videos on that channel and they were cool. It was clear that it was definitely infringing on Nintendo's copyright, and Japan doesn't have the same copyright laws or protections as the rest of the planet. There is no universal copyright law that everyone honors and respects and follows. Even if there was, the channel absolutely broke everyone's laws by one-to-one taking Nintendo characters and then creating original 3D animations and kind of tweaks to it. Was a cool channel. It was a cool channel, but it definitely was just taking someone else's intellectual property, remixing it a little bit and throwing it up. Not that it was low effort or slop. I think that's incorrect. But at the same time, if you didn't have permission to do it, it wasn't yours to take and to do. Vinland Saga's creator has posted about how bad he and his wife are at video games after playing Minecraft. Quote, "Our son, unable to stand watching, joins in and starts building these mysterious facilities one after another." That's kind of fun. To be fair, Minecraft is a open world game, right? It doesn't do a lot of hand holding, so you got to kind of figure things out, which means that the more knowledge you have, the more you can do, and everyone kind of starts at zero. So it's kind of a tough game just to try and pick up. Jurassic Park fans can now smell like Isla Nublar and fossilized amber. Oh gosh, Zarinia's fragrance based on the movie even comes in a VHS reel overlay. Yeah, they're selling some kind of new stink in a nostalgic format, apparently priced in the hundreds of dollars. Oh my goodness, why? This is the type of thing that like you buy to put on a collector shelf, not to spray yourself with. I don't know, maybe it's a good smell. What do I know? I just not gonna find out. Someone else can let me know. Terry Crews is coming to Black Ops 7 and Warzone as a playable operator in Season 3 Reloaded. Kind of a cool idea. Why not? Terry Crews has been in a lot of fun action movies. Sure, why not? He fits. Have you ever seen a more AI-looking AI image? It just doesn't feel like someone cared when they made this. And I think they should care about what they're working on. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe someone put a lot of work into this and it wasn't just, hey, put Terry Crews in a suit holding a gun. AI prompt. Much as I don't love celebrities in video games because it ruins the immersion, you're a huge fan of Terry Crews in Black Ops 7, this is your moment. Scientists have developed a VR, a virtual reality experience that simulates touching a cat as if it is real. The system uses sound waves to create tiny pulses of pressure on your skin, tricking your brain into feeling touch even though nothing is actually there. Wow. The new pussy simulator's crazy. Streamer Asmongold. Is that right? Asmongold says his diet mostly consists of beef jerky. Why is this news? I usually have breakfast, I eat beef jerky, okay? And then during my stream, I eat more beef jerky. This is a direct quote. What? After my stream, I eat candy and then beef jerky. After that, I have Chipotle. All right. Might not be the most well-rounded day, but I guess he eats beef jerky. Now we know. Okay. Why is this newsworthy? I don't get it. Rainbow Six Siege fans are split over a new weapon skin coming to the game. Rainbow is Magic, May 6th. If you like rainbows, this is cool, right? You've got a big rainbow running down the gun. You've got like a children's toy on the back end of your weapon. You got little gummy bears for ammo. What is this? This feels like the wrong thing to do. Let's be clear here. Everyone agrees rainbows are fun. They have all the colors. They're fun. The end. And I'm sure there's some humor in having a weapon that says love, friendship, bling. Okay, like that's kind of fun. I thought Rainbow Six Siege was kind of a serious game. You've got like a piano on the back with little gummy bears that pop out in a bunch of hearts. Like, let's be clear here. If you were trying to sell a gun to a princess, you have the ultimate weapon here. I mean, this will sell some like if princesses are in the market for guns, you have found the princess gun. I mean, incredible. Imagine getting killed by this. You have to uninstall. What if the last bullet in the round just like uninstalls it? It's a cool design. I don't think there's any doubt about that, but I don't think the appeal is there. This is like the kind of gun you make your friend use when they lose a bet. Hey, you lose a bet, you got to buy that stupid rainbow gun with the piano on the back. We better see you using it. Like, oh, it's an interesting idea, but I don't know if it's the right direction to go.